How's everybody doing? It's good to see y'all on this Thursday. We got a lot to go over. We thank you for joining us, spending your time with us this Thursday. I'd like to introduce you to my lovely sister who keeps me in line, Chris.
Hey
Say hello to
guys.
the nice people.
Hey guys, thanks for
So,
joining.
what we got? What we got tonight?
We have a lot of news. We already have one update to one of the stories that we discussed on Tuesday. The Jeremy Renner controversy or situation. Um, as we discussed on Tuesday, Jeremy Renner was offered by Marvel half his pay that he received for his work in Hawkeye the first season. He was only offered half of that pay
Shouldn't have got
to
nothing.
do. I like that show, but he was only offered half the pay to do season 2. Um Recently reports have been coming out that allegedly Marvel only offered him half the pay because based on the viewership, basically they did not want to do a season 2. So instead of them being the cause for season 2 not occurring, they wanted to place the blame at his feet, purposefully offering him the lower salary, knowing that he would turn it down. I personally don't, if that is the case, like I said, it's allegedly. I've only been able to find it through one, two sources. I haven't been able to see it um widespread. But if that is indeed the case, I mean, if you're only getting half or a portion of the viewership that you expected, let's just go ahead and cancel it. Like,
Listen, I like
joke
the
about it.
Avengers as much as everybody. Okay, but
Hmm.
I don't remember
Hmm.
one kid, not one kid, ever playing with Hawkeye. Okay, nobody played with Hawkeye. Hawkeye was that hero that you found at the last minute and was just like,
What?
I can't find any other ones. Let me put a cape on him, pretend he's somebody else. Nobody want to
Why?
be Hawkeye.
Yes, they
Nobody.
do.
So no,
Everybody
they
wants to
don't.
be Hawkeye.
No, not even Kate Bishop.
Oh my
Not even
god.
Kate Bishop. But it's I understand where he's coming from. He did have a pretty good role in Endgame. So
Hmm.
Lisa
Yeah.
Lisa says that's harsh. Listen, did
Yeah.
you want to be the guy who could shoot a bow and arrow around superheroes? Would you want to be that person? Because I wouldn't. I'm just an archer. That's me. I'm an archer. Okay.
That's a badass skill set. I'm just saying. But again, if that is indeed the case, I find that to be despicable on by Marvel. I feel like, let's be adults. You know what I'm saying? Let's be a bunch of grown adults, men and women, and let's pull up our big boy and big girl undies and let's call it what it is. If it's just not doing it for you, make the call. Don't try and make it like it's
Oh
somebody else's fault.
my God. I have Nina has helped me with a huge problem because I was looking at uh, Kate Bishop's face in Sinners, and I could not, for the life of me, remember what I had seen her in. And I'm like, I've seen this woman's face. Where? Where have I seen her? And that was
Hmm.
it. So thank you, Nina, for helping me out. I guess I could have just Googled it, but I
You
was
could
being
have.
lazy.
I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah, yep,
Yeah,
yep.
you
But
didn't.
it's fine.
Okay.
Thank you anyway.
All right. All right. Moving on. Um, Marvel changing Thunderbolts billboards. With the film now in theaters, and the reason for the revealed, Marvel is updating the Thunderbolts ads accordingly. For those that may not have seen the movie, the Thunderbolts are now the new Avengers. The Thunderbolts in the Marvel Comics have always had a revolving cast of anti heroes or villains. The new Avengers lineup in the comics has consisted of Luke Cage, Iron Man, Daredevil, Doctor Strange, Miss Marvel, Wolverine, and Spider Man, among others. I liked, I think we discussed it. Well, yeah, we did discuss it on Tuesday. Um, the additional ending that they had, Nina, I'm sorry if you still haven't seen it, but the additional ending that they had revealing that what is the look?
She said she was a girl in True Grit too. I'll be damned, she was. I'm sorry, you can keep going. I didn't mean to mess up your monologue.
revealing them as to take place as the new as the new Avengers, now causing a conflict because you have old Falcon, now new Captain America, who is supposed to be creating his team of the Avengers. So I'm curious how that pans out, but you know, whatever.
Yeah, that's who they need to lowball right there.
Oh my
Anthony Mackie.
goodness. Will you
They need to
stop
lowball
it?
him.
Will
Listen,
you?
I I mean, I'm just saying, I enjoy
Dang.
Anthony Mackie. I think he's a great actor,
Apparently you don't.
but he's just not Captain America. And I know I'm not the only one that thinks that. So y'all can get off your high horse. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all know it's true. Y'all don't look at him and see Captain
Terrible.
America. Y'all see Falcon, just like me. So stop. Stop it.
All right. Moving on. Grand Theft Auto 6 has updated the release date to 2026. The much anticipated game has been delayed to May 26, 2026. The announcement caused the Take-Two, who is the publisher that will release the game, has caused their stock to take a hit. The move to a 2026 date release clears the way for other companies to release their games in 2025 without the hefty competition. The announced delay is said to have been done to allow for further polish and to possibly avoid crunch work weeks that can be in excess of 80 weeks for several weeks to get a game finished. So basically, the long and short of that is to say, they're not done, y'all. They're not done. And so while they were initially providing a 2025 release date, they're not done. And they're trying to claim that they're going to be nice enough to allow their competitors their ability to release their games in advance, so they can get their money. They're not done.
80 hours a week for a
Hmm.
goddamn video game. A
Hmm.
game.
Hmm.
You know,
Yep.
I mean, I appreciate the time they put in. I'm just saying.
Especially since you're going to go spend that money.
Listen,
Hmm.
slow down. Okay, I haven't decided whether or
No,
not I'm
you
gonna spend it.
decided.
Okay, you need to stop. All right, stop telling the people that because I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm trying my best to prove
Hmm.
a point, and
Okay.
trying to make us better as a
Okay.
people,
All right.
as human
All right.
beings.
Okay. All right. Okay.
But I'm probably gonna
Guys,
get it.
I know you will. You only trying to fool yourself. Um, I tried to stay away from reboots, but this one begged to be commented on. So, Smitty, this one's for you. Little House on the Prairie reboot. Netflix, Netflix moving forward with the reboot. The original series streamed 13.25 billion viewing minutes on Peacock in 24. The storyline mentions that it's a part hopeful family drama, part epic survival tale, and part origin story of the American West.
What
So,
origin story? It's just about white folks getting up, picking crops, and going to bed. That's it. That is it. That is it. That is Little House on the Prairie. For those of you who don't know what that is, that
stupid.
was absolute hell to watch back in the day. Okay, that was all that was. Yup. I cannot believe they're rebooting that. Whose
Yeah.
idea was that?
Good night, Mom. Good night, Pa.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
There you go. Somebody will get a kick out of it, right?
We are out of ideas. Out of ideas. Completely
I
out.
am really curious to hear what our watchers, what our viewers have to say about that because I am outdone
So I
by
bet you half of them don't even know what Little House on the Prairie is.
potentially.
We're gonna find
Irish
out today.
Exit said, "Oh my God, no!" So apparently they know what it is. So there you go. Um, mm, mm, mm. Uh, what's that? Senior citizens
He called us senior citizens.
called
God
us
damn
senior
it.
citizens?
Messed
Listen,
up, Irish man.
I am not a senior citizen. Not. Why would you even put that up there? You're
That's
offending
fine.
me.
That's fine.
All right. So I just wanted to also, I would be remiss if I did not announce that the Met Gala recently took place on Monday for the 2025 season. For those of you who don't know, the Met Gala is a charity event and fundraiser for the Metropolitan Museum of Art's Costume Institute. It has traditionally been timed to mark the opening of the department's annual fashion exhibition. Year after year, the event raises eight-figure sums. This year, the proceeds have reportedly brought in 31 million. Museum officials are reporting that it's the biggest gross in Starry Storied event's 77-year history. The theme for this year, which apparently, from what I understand and have read throughout the week, um, not many were able to actually hit the the theme. They came close, but they didn't quite get it. But the theme of the Costume Institute Spring 2025 exhibition was superfine tailoring Black style, drawing inspiration from Monica L. Miller's 2009 book Slaves to Fashion, Dandyism, and the styling of Black disparate identity. The exhibition is organized into 12 sections, each representing a characteristic that defies dandy, defines dandy style. So for those of you who are not familiar with dandyism, it's basically how can I explain it? Mainly Black men dressing using the European style, but bringing their own flair to it. A lot of it kind of the LGBTQ plus community gravitates towards, from what I understand. So, but a lot of it really wasn't hit this year. For the most part, it was just a lot of European style, which I personally liked, but yes, Nina, I agree. They showed up, showed out. I liked a lot of the outfits. If I could have my own segment, I would go over the outfits, but I don't think Smitty would like that.
You can have your own segment. Not tonight, but you can have your own damn segment.
But I appreciated a lot of the outfits. There were quite a few that stood out, but all right. But did you even see any of the outfits, Smitty, or no? You didn't see
Um,
none of them.
I just see stuff different. Like I don't feel the same way you do about stuff like that.
I'm not just talking about the feet. I'm not just talking about the females wear. I'm talking about the men's wear
Well,
as well.
it's all of it to me. I think it's kind of I feel like we've lost the plot. It's kind of messed up. These people are dressed up, hanging out, probably looking great. I have no doubt that they look absolutely amazing. Right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
$31 million you raised, and these people out here
Yes.
can't find a goddamn job. They working their ass off, and they made $31 just showing off some bullshit they'll never
31
wear again.
million. And yes, Andre 3000 did have a piano on his back. I will have to say that was one of the more creative outfits. I was not expecting that, but yes, he had a piano strapped to his
He had a
back.
piano on his back.
Not a real piano, just the symbol
I
of.
figured. I
Well,
figured it wasn't
I
real.
don't know. You asked like you were confused. So yeah, they had some folks with some crazy trains, some long trains, long.
When we get done, if you keep talking to me like this, I'm gonna tell mom.
Okay,
I know she watching too. Ma, get your
I know
daughter.
she is. Get your son.
No,
Now, moving
keep
on.
going.
Yeah. All right. Fallout Season 2, just as a FYI for all of our viewers, I know I am very excited. I have seen quite a few articles about Fallout Season 2 with the different actors, that their excitement about the season. So I am very excited, but I have read that the season has wrapped production. So there's not yet a release date, but we should expect Season 2 to shortly be coming out on Amazon Prime. Hopefully, fingers crossed. What are you expecting? Are you hopeful for what Season 2 looks like?
Yeah. So I didn't know what I was expecting with season one, and I
Mm-hmm.
ended up loving it,
Mm-hmm.
and now I can't wait for season two. I heard from a little bird, that
Uh-oh.
they just wrapped Silo season
Yes,
3
I did see
of
that.
Silo. So
Uh, uh-huh.
hopefully the person that told me that, I don't want to give him away because I don't want nobody,
I
I
thought I
want them to
saw
trust
that.
me with information,
I thought I saw that
right?
online. I'll just double check, but go ahead.
But yeah, he's a friend of mine,
Mhm.
and hopefully we'll have him on the show. We can talk to him a little bit. So
Okay. All right.
yeah.
Well, awesome, awesome. All right. And then we're going to move on. The last item that we're going to again, I'd be remiss if I did not mention it. The Sean Diddy Combs trial.
Oh, 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 oh my God.
Ooh, ooh, what?
Oh
I
yeah.
am prefacing all of this with alleged, 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 alleged. Um, Jury selection for the trial of Sean Diddy Combs began on Monday, May 5th. Prosecutors say that he allegedly exploited his fame and fortune to abuse uh, persons and destroy their lives, while the defense attorneys say he engaged in activity with consenting adults. Um, Most jurors questioned on Tuesday morning were disqualified after lawyers for Mr. Combs and the prosecutors cited flaws in their answers to questions designed to see if they can be fair or unbiased. Several who were eliminated from the jury pool had seen or heard media reports related to the case, indicating some who said they saw a video in which Mr. Combs was, uh, better way to put this, abusing one of his accusers in Los Angeles hotel hallway in 2016. I saw the video and that was absolutely harsh to watch. I don't want to dwell on it too much. Um, what's wrong?
I'll tell you in a second. Go ahead and finish.
Okay. One man who had written on a questionnaire that the video left him with the impression of an angry, hostile person who was entitled, was not dismissed from the jury pool. I'm very curious to see how that plays out. Um, Lastly, after the video aired on CNN last year, Mr. Combs apologized, saying, I quote, I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. Um, I Also, last bit, Mr. Combs, 55, has pled not guilty to a 5-count indictment charging him with racketeering conspiracy from 2004 to 2024 that resulted in various crimes, including allegedly kidnapping, allegedly arson, bribery, and trafficking. He's being held without bail since his arrest last September. So I guess we will find out. I would love to actually watch this trial. I'm currently following the Karen Reed trial in Boston. I would love to watch this trial, but
There's no
unfortunately,
cameras.
because it's a
Yeah.
federal trial, and also because of the victim. So I will respect their right to privacy. Obviously, I would hope that anyone in their shoes would not want cameras in their faces as they testified about what they claim to be one of the worst things that happened to them. So I will keep you all updated.
I
And
feel like something. I feel like something is going to happen
what do you mean?
because he's done.
What
He's
what do,
done.
what do you mean?
He's going away forever.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing he gonna see from now on is that square, that little square box. There's a
Mm-hmm.
wrap, right? And then his lawyer was like, hey, we're gonna get to the movies and stuff. We're gonna get to the movies and stuff in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
His lawyer was like, listen, they only showed like a portion of the tape, and they edited it, and we feel like they shouldn't, that it shouldn't be admissible. And they was like, we only edited it because it wasn't doing shit for a long time. We just fast forwarded. We got the
Right,
whole
right,
tape. And they were
right,
like, listen, we think it should be. We don't think. I mean, he said he didn't do it, or he pled not guilty or whatever. And they was like, he already went on camera and apologized
right, right,
for it.
right, right.
So how you gonna say,
I didn't do it.
yeah?
Right.
So I don't know. Diddy is done. Uh, Diddy is
Okay.
is absolutely done. allegedly, but he's
Allegedly.
donezo,
Thank you.
donezo.
Okay.
So
All right. All right. Well, I think it's time for us to get into what our viewers have come and tuned in for. So we're going to start with drum roll. We're going to start with Last of Us. The Last of Us. I apologize.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yep. Um, Not a whole lot to last week's story. I
Not
mean,
from what I
just
saw in our Discord. I mean, y'all were going
I mean, they
off.
it was over the top, is what I'll say. I'm just
Okay.
saying it was a little over. Um,
Okay.
so of course, uh, Ellie is still, you know, she's still dealing with her pain,
Mm-hmm.
and I forget the girl that's with her. Do you remember her name?
The her.
Okay, you know what I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about.
Yeah.
So
I'll get it in a second.
they're kind of getting to know each other
Mm-hmm.
while while they're doing their thing, and
Mm-hmm.
um, Ellie picks up a guitar and she begins to play, and as she begins to play, she comes over and she's listening to her intently,
Mm-hmm.
and she starts crying like because she is head over heels. She is
Dina,
smitten.
thank you. Lisa writes. Uh-huh.
Dina, yeah, she is
Mm-hmm.
smitten. Now I'm gonna say for the record, I don't know how they're doing this. I don't know how they're doing this, but every set that they have on this show is exactly like it is in the game, which is surprising. I don't know
Well,
how
you
they're
have set
doing this.
designers that are able to.
It's exact. It is
Well,
exact. There's not a
that's
thing
their
out of place.
job.
Everything is perfect.
Well,
So
okay,
I,
but
I,
go
I was
ahead.
like, oh, that's pretty good. Well, I mean, what did you think of the
So it
overall
really
episode?
brings you back to the game.
Yeah, it's so. I mean, even the character they have playing Dina, she's so close
Uh-huh.
to looking like Dina.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that doesn't look right is the character that plays Ellie.
Ellie, you said that, right?
I'm not saying she's wrong for the part. She's doing a
Mm-hmm.
really good job. She just doesn't look like Ellie. And
Okay.
Abby doesn't look like Abby, but everything else is dead on.
Mm-hmm.
Um I do have one I do have one issue between Dina and Ellie. And
Okay.
I wonder if you or anybody in the comment section think the same thing when they're doing it, right? And I don't mean doing it. I mean
I was about to say, hold on. Okay, go ahead.
every time every time they go someplace like a warehouse or a store or any of that, right? They just bust through the glass, making all kinds of noise. Dina, Dina, over here. Look what I found. I found a guitar. They're
Right.
so
I didn't
loud,
understand that either. Yeah. Yeah.
so loud, and I'm like, shut up,
Mhm.
shut up. Are you
Mhm.
crazy? Like you don't
Right.
know what's in the basement or
You don't.
upstairs.
Right.
You just you gonna get this is gonna give you gonna get visited by a flower person. You better stop. You better quit. I just they keep doing it, right?
Yeah.
They break glass with their elbow, or they're out in the street and they dropping stuff. They're just not careful at all. I don't know how they
No.
live this far.
I felt I was concerned this when she started playing the guitar is when it kind of dawned on me like you're making a lot of noise. But was it not like that in the video game?
No,
So they were very
no.
quiet in the game.
As a matter of fact, I don't think I've ever heard Joel yell. Joel was always, hey, Ellie, how's it going?
So
That's as loud as he got the
in the
entire
video
time.
in the video game, he was just whispering.
Yeah, yep,
Okay.
doing his country voice. Hey, Ellie,
You
how's it
stupid.
going? Yeah, man. And then of course we had the scene where they actually
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
touch,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it's quite passionate, and
Mm-hmm.
they don't turn that camera off for a second.
And she tells her that she's pregnant.
And I was like, I want to see how this happened, you know. And then
I
I
was
forgot
waiting
she
for
was with
Ellie
that
to be like,
dude.
"Well, I didn't."
I was like, "Is this a mutation? is, is that what happened just now? Just that quick?
You s-
Huh? Y'all just finished."
No, she
Anyway,
told her she was pregnant beforehand.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Um, I liked I liked this episode for that one scene. I saw that a lot of discussion in Discord about the one scene with the guitar and whether or not it was a moving scene or if it. I saw there was a lot of differing opinions with regard to that scene. I personally like the scene, what it was trying to portray. The scenes prior to that, when they were in the subway, in the train or whatever, the subrail car. I I I didn't understand prior to even that being them being in the subway. I didn't understand how they thought they were even going to get in and get out of where they were without potentially coming across um issues, right? Because they broke in, they found the people that you were saying, the folks who were in the cult or whatever, um, killed a bunch of the people, right? And
Yeah.
so let me ask you a question, because the one thing I don't understand, what are the two groups fighting for?
Uh, you mean the Wolves?
The
WLF?
cult, the cult group, and yeah, the group that they
So
killed.
they're just trying to live. They're just trying to survive. But um, the the wolves fear that the 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 scars or whatever they're called
Mm-hmm.
are a threat. You know, so they just take out all threats. Like they don't care what it is. If it's got a heartbeat and it's not part of their group, they're gonna kill it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that's what they're doing. If you're asking me, I think the scars deserve every piece of what they got coming because they only have hammers. You only have hammers. So I'm not joining your group. I'm not joining a little friendly group there unless you step up your game. Okay, I'm not going out there with slingshots
Well,
and
they
and
seem
and
to they
and,
seem
and
to be able to
hammers.
hold their
Okay.
own if they were able to break into this complex and then kill a few folks pretty drastically. I would, if it was up to me to classify, and then get out, right?
Yeah, I don't know how you get the jump on somebody with hammers, but they did. And that was a pretty powerful. That was a pretty powerful scene as they're hanging there with their internals now external, and
Jeez.
just making people think about it. But that was a really solid scene, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
uh, the train that led to the train scene
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
where again they started hearing the clickers and nobody's
Mm-hmm.
running. Nobody's
They
running.
were. They were.
You know, no, they waited for them to come into the room. Ellie
Well, she
had
was trying to count how many. So Dina
yeah,
was trying to count how many there were, because if it was
yeah.
like a handful, those two feel like, okay, well, we can handle a handful. They didn't know it was going to be an entire horde. Which at this
Well,
point, I feel like if you hear one, you should just think of like 1,000.
well, here's my my point, right? You're in an unknown part of this subway, right? You've never been down here. You don't know what's down here. You don't know
Mhm.
how many ins and outs there are. You don't know any of that information. You have none
Mhm.
of that. But you
Right.
hear something coming, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Now it's time to go. Right? You're at a disadvantage. You don't know where they could be coming from. It's dark. And you instead of leaving, you just throw flares. It's all right. Well, it's all good. I got flares. It's fine. It's totally fine. No need to leave.
Uh-huh.
So, coincidentally, probably one of my favorite parts of the game for me
Mhm. Mhm.
because they're looking for you in the game, and you've got glass bottles or something like that, and and you just take a glass bottle and throw it in front of them, and then that's a wrap. That is a wrap. So that's a very good. It's a very good scene. I was impressed with this episode. especially the beginning, which we haven't talked about yet with forget the actor's name. What is his name? He's an amazing actor. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't Pascal?
No. It was
Uh,
the black cop wearing the riot gear.
mm-hmm.
Do you know who I'm talking about now?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Uh Last of Us season 2 cast.
Ugh.
So, did you think what do you think about the relationship between Ellie and Dina?
I don't think it's going to. I personally don't think it's going to last. Um, Simply because
Isaac.
Dina
Isaac.
is too. Uh, I think she knows what she wants. She just doesn't know how to get what she wants, or once she gets it, then it's not what she wants anymore, if that even makes sense. Like she wants the other thing. Although she did go through the story about when she was younger and what how her mom treated her. Um and how she tried to conform to her mother's expectations. So maybe, I could be wrong. I don't know. She just right now, I understand how she identifies. I get it, but she right now does not seem settled specifically on she seems to still be fluid as far as that's concerned and not settled on exactly what she wants. So, I don't know. What do you think? Of course, I guess you already know. So,
Yeah, I mean, I do know what's going on, but now is the time for you to start like paying attention.
saying goodbye to Dina.
Anyone who's interested in the show, anyone who's interested in the show should start, you know, paying attention to this couple, Ellie and Dina, and see what happens between them because there is a theme here about love and pain, that just keeps reoccurring,
Hmm.
and you just have to pick up on it, and it's really
Well,
good. And
it's kind of already. If I'm sorry that I cut you off, but it's
very good.
already been. It's if I'm not mistaken, it's already been portrayed to some degree because she left her boyfriend. She started messing with Ellie. But then she kind of tried to play it off and she was like, "Oh, I think I may have been a little one of us was a little too hammered or whatever, I don't know." And then she tried to say, "But I wasn't that messed up." And then she went back to her boyfriend. And then it's like, "But I love you or not love you, but I like you a lot or whatever and blah blah blah. Oh, and let's raise my now baby together, blah blah blah." You know what I'm saying? So she's kind of doing that. That's what I'm saying. She's doing that back and forth thing, which is not fair to Ellie because Ellie knows what she wants. Ellie wants to be with this young woman that she has seen herself being with, obviously, for what seems to be a very long period of time. So she Dina is not being kind or mindful of Ellie's feelings. I mean, that's how it's coming across to me, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. So the guy that I was talking about is Jeffrey Wright.
Hmm.
Ringing any
Oh,
bells yet? Do you understand now
yes.
what
I
what it?
liked his character on this. I loved his
Okay,
character on this.
all right. So I just wanted you to actually understand what was going on here.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm.
so yeah, it's it's probably one of my favorite stories. You just have to get through it, right? It's it's kind of a drudge right now with Dina and Ellie just loving on each other and just singing songs and all this other stuff. I know it can get kind of dry, for a second, but it'll pick up. I promise. It will pick up,
Hmm.
and it's gonna be really good. So Jeffrey Wright, Jeffrey Wright's character, um he's part of I guess whatever task force, and he's tired of the back and forth between the two as they were discussing the scars I think one of the police officers was talking about the scars. He was making fun of them basically, and I forget what name he called them, but tax taxers or something like that. Anyway, they were basically making fun of these less fortunate people, and he didn't like that. So he
Right.
he gets out of his van. He goes and talks to this lady, and it's like they know each other. And I'm kind of confused for a second.
You played the
And after he
game.
finds out that it was the woman I guess he was speaking to,
Hmm.
he turns around, goes back to his truck, undoes two grenades, throws them in the truck, and locks the door. Which
But
is,
he has the one guy come out with him, and the reason why he had him come out with him is because he was curious.
yeah, he was the only one that showed empathy.
Right. As opposed to the other people on the truck who were laughing and giggling and making jokes. This guy was curious and wanted to know why certain things were happening or whatever like that. And because of that, he figured that he was worth saving. So he asked him to come out the truck and do something with them. And then he pulled the pins on those
Voters, Lisa be saving my. If it wasn't for Lisa and Casanova, I
Fletch
wouldn't know
and
nothing.
and yeah,
I
well.
wouldn't know nothing. As a matter of fact, I'm about to quit and just get him the show because I just feel dumb. You know what I'm saying? So
But
yeah, yeah,
but
that
he asked why they called them voters, and they were making jokes or whatever. And so the main character in the scene was saying it's because we took away that right. So
yeah.
now in order to basically taunt them with it, that's why we call them that.
Yeah, and then the next scene you can see how the dude that he saved had kind of grown up to be this
Mhm.
young man who had been hardened by the situation,
Right.
and um, I think the what's his name again? Ah, shut up. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. The gentleman who threw the grenades,
Oh,
Isaac, who threw the
gosh.
grenades in the back of the truck.
Hmm.
You can see that he's really
Jeffrey
dark, but you
Wright.
could also see how
Hmm.
committed the scars are to their cause
Right.
as he's heating up this pan. And, you know,
Oh man.
even me, when I saw his skin, I was like, "Ah!
Oh, yeah.
Ah! Huh!
Oh.
So, no more. What is it that you wanna know? I will tell you right
Oh.
now. I will tell
Oh.
you where everybody is.
But it
Everybody. I'll tell you where they eat lunch at and everything. They should
but
be at
it
lunch
was
right now."
funny because he said the scar said something along the lines of she watches over us, and he was like, well, yeah, she been watching you get your ass beat this whole time. I was like, good lord, man,
Yeah. Yeah, he
easy.
stuck his other hand out there. I was like, "No, put that down. Put that down. He gonna do it.
No.
He is gonna do it."
Well, he didn't. He just shot him. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I I don't know. Like, why wouldn't you just tell him, you know?
Because I think, me personally, not having played the game, wouldn't he be giving up his with the location of all his fellow Scar members?
Probably.
Well, then you don't want to do that. You got that look like that little girl that died in the first time we came across them. You don't want
Yeah,
to
I mean, you're right. I mean, I say that for this, for the
self-preservation
purposes of being on here,
purposes. Uh-huh.
but I'm telling you that you if somebody puts a pan on a stove, right?
Hmm.
I promise you, you'll think about it. You'll be like, "Hang on, like, wait a minute, can we let me smoke a cigarette real quick? Let's talk about it." I might tell you. I'm pretty sure I'm going to tell you. Just let's just rap, man. You know
Well,
what I'm
the
saying?
fact
Take
that
these
he
off.
even went over like the how good the pan is at getting hot. Mm-mm.
Yeah, he left that there for a minute too, like a
Mhm.
really long time, and I was like, he is no. At
Ugh.
first, I thought he was making like coffee, and he was talking to somebody he was, in there with, and then I turn around and see this naked dude in the kitchen.
Yeah, all his nakedness too.
Yeah, yeah, and then he just like balled up. I'm like, what am I doing in here naked? My
That didn't
clothes got to
happen
be
in the
off.
game? That didn't happen.
No,
Well, that's you know why the clothes would be off, right? That's to make you feel uncomfortable. That's to make you feel like you're exposed, vulnerable, all of that stuff. That's just a mind thing. But that didn't happen in the game.
No, no. And if
So
you're naked, why
none of
not
that.
you?
See,
If
go
you're
ahead.
naked, why not use it? No, there's none of that in the game. You see the scars. You have
Mhm,
to you have to you have to fight off some of the scars as they have like a piece of the town or whatever,
mhm, mhm.
and you have to get by them, and then you have to get by the WLF and the former Fireflies. You have to get by them, but no, you don't get this much of a backstory about the scars, which
Mm.
I can appreciate that, but I mean, I'd have burned his boys. He'd have talked
Oh,
then. He'd have talked then.
no, you wouldn't have.
He would have talked. I promise you,
Oh,
he
no,
would
he
have talked.
wouldn't have.
You put that hot pan on his boys. He,
No,
I promise you,
no.
he talking. He
But
talking immediately. Ah, they down the street. They down the street. They down the street.
but he seemed like
They
he
are
was
down the street. I thought you was gonna do my
dedicated.
hand. Nah,
But he seemed like he was dedicated to keep. That's what I thought he was going to do initially. But he seemed like he was dedicated to the cause. So you think
dedicated, schmedicated. You hit that sack with that hot pan. It changes minds real quick. Ah, ah. I
all
promise you gonna find out. But
right.
yeah, that's pretty much the episode for me. I'm looking forward to this weekend, this Sunday to see where it's gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I'm excited.
All right.
Let's go.
All right. Um, do you well, I guess you already know, so I don't even know why I'm about to
What?
ask. No, I was gonna ask about them getting back into that space or that city or whatever that they were in. Um, like how you thought that they would breach again and get back in, whether it would be, oh, I'm here, I'm your captive, or them trying to break in again. But you already played the game, so there's no sense in asking. So we'll just move on to our next topic, which is you want to talk about Andor, or you want to talk about Mobland?
Let's start with Andor because that was really really good.
Okay.
Um,
Go ahead.
you go ahead and lead off. I started the last one.
I No, go ahead. I'm good.
Well, you always punking out starting first, man. You don't like going first.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So this week, um, I guess we're trying to figure out now. I had a lot of questions. There were a lot of people in the Discord. By the way, you can join the Discord for free, for
Mhm.
absolutely free. We don't charge
Mhm.
nothing. We don't ask you to pay for nothing.
Mm-mm.
We don't take money from regular people. So
Regular people.
you can hit us up, get in the Discord, and we talk about movies. We talk about your favorite shows. If you have a favorite show or something that you want to talk about, I will make a channel for it. We can discuss it. I'll talk about it with you. So again, it's free. I don't charge anything. But if you want to leave a like or subscribe to the channel so we can hit 2,000, I would greatly appreciate that. All right, back to the
Mhm.
show. So,
We would greatly appreciate that. Go ahead.
um, where was I at? Oh, nope, lost
Andor.
it.
Oh my word. Andor, the 3 episodes that recently came out.
Okay, so
And uh-huh.
so we begin the episode. There's so much politics, right?
Yeah.
There's so much politicking going on with Mon Mothma
Hmm.
and a lot of the people she be hanging around with in her little circles. I didn't know for a minute like what was going on.
You don't know
Nina,
what
you
was.
ain't you didn't see Andor either. Goddamn, Nina.
Oh,
She ain't watched
Nina.
nothing.
No. Nina. You were just talking about Andor on Discord earlier.
Then
Okay,
you
all
you
right.
didn't finish? You
That,
didn't
that,
finish it?
that,
Nina. Anyway,
she got up to Sam Huffin. So, all right, moving along.
um I just there was a character in this show. He was an older man and he had a girl with him, right? and they were talking to Cyril, okay?
Yeah. Mhm.
And towards the middle of the show, the guy figured out that Cyril was not who he said he was,
Mhm.
and he was trying to tell Cyril that there was an armada coming, and then
Mhm.
Cyril was just like, "Oh, that's just propaganda. It's just BS." And
Mhm.
he was like, "Are you mad? Look,
Right.
look."
Right.
And then Cyril starts to piece things together. Now, I'm gonna be real. I had no idea who that old man is. None. Him or his cause. I don't know who Cyril was pretending to be. I don't know if he was pretending to be a good guy or if he was a bad guy on a bad guy's team, or I don't know what he was doing because the old man didn't know Cassian, right? Cassian was pretending to be an art guy who opened himself up. You know what I'm saying? He just opened up to
But
these people, but I don't know their role in this. They didn't do anything
no,
except
those
cry
were
and
people that
die.
you
That's
met
all they
last.
did. They
Those
just
were
cried
people.
and died.
Those were people that you met last week. Cassian didn't meet all the same people that Cyril did. Not all of them. Cyril met. Remember when he went to the meeting that they had, where the guy was like up front and he was yelling. The old man was the guy that was leading the meeting in last week's episodes.
I mean, I guess.
And he
Or do
was
you know what?
telling the other dude, when the other dude was like, they're starting mining here, or they're building something here or whatever, he was like, really? No, they're not. And stop trying to like get people up in arms for no reason. You weren't paying attention.
I mean, there was so much, right? There was so much. There was so much happening. They're spying on people down at the store, at the museum store, and
Mm-hmm.
they have to take the listening devices out of there. They're spying on Cyril in his office, but he I thought he was the bad guy. So who the hell spying on the bad guy? The other bad guys? Who's watching him? Who's watching him? It's too much spying going on. That's all I'm saying. We gotta get this together. Okay? It's too much spying. People gotta do their damn jobs. You can't trust anybody. What happened to Forrest Whitaker's character? What's his name? What happened to him?
Sam, he's not. You don't see, he's referred to in these 3 episodes, but you don't see him. But here's the thing: you finally, so like, you already understood why Cyril's with Crazy Girl. It's because she is like his mother. She is as controlling and as demanding as his mom, right? Which is what? Say it.
I love her character. She looks like she needs some goddamn sleep.
She
You hear
needs
me?
sun. No, she needs
She
some.
is so
She
tired.
needs she needs some doggone sun. But listen, I felt bad, and I know I'm skipping ahead, but
Saw Gerrera. Yeah, there you go.
when he was killed, that I was literally yelling at the TV, because one, he had just gotten to the point where he understood what was going on and what was at stake, and that innocent people were being killed. But it hurt my heart when Andor turned to him and said, "Who are you?" And then he died, because he
Yeah.
died as insignificant as he felt in his during his life, and
I was
how his
just getting
mom
ready to
made
say
him.
he died the same way he lived. He was a
Right,
nobody.
right.
Nobody paid attention to him. They
Oh
didn't
my
even know who he
god,
was. He was a
that's
nobody.
so painful.
The Empire didn't recognize him.
Mm-mm.
His mother treated him like a
Mhm.
doorstop. And
Mhm.
I don't even know if old girl liked him. I think she did.
Yeah, I think she did.
I think she
I
did
think
too.
she
But
did.
yeah, he
Oh,
just Andor had no idea who he was, and he had been chasing
none.
Andor this entire
Yeah,
time because
exactly.
he killed one of his security guards. And I'm like, dude, the entire time I'm like, you
Not because
still?
he killed his security guard, because he ruined what he saw as his life. He messed up because of him killing the security guard. That kicked off him searching for him, which kicked off him being fired from his job, which kicked off everything else. So because he ruined his life to the life that he wanted, that's why he was dead set on him.
Why they keep
I
showing his mom?
because his mom played a significant role in why he was the way that he was.
Yeah, but you could establish that at the beginning. Like you didn't have to keep showing her. She didn't play no part in this goddamn in this show. She wasn't a part of this.
I
Stop
will
showing her.
I will say whoever wrote episode 2 was insufferable as hell. Listen, either Andor is going to shoot the woman or he's not. Let's not keep setting it up where he might take the shot and doesn't, and then might take the shot and then doesn't, and then might take the shot and then doesn't, and then might take the shot and then
What you
Cyril
talking about?
comes in. Remember when Andor was hiding around the pole and he kept having the shots to take
Oh,
Cyril's girlfriend out or whatever, but he
well,
never
he
takes
didn't
the
want to.
shot.
He wanted to make sure that he hit her. Like that's a huge shot.
I understand,
This ain't
but
duck hunting.
I get it,
Like you gotta hit her. You know what I'm
but
saying? And get out of there.
but the last time he had the opportunity and had the opportunity for a clean shot for a good minute, he never took it. And then Cyril came in, and then like,
No, she was moving. She was
no,
moving.
she was standing still, buddy.
Listen, let me tell you something. When it all depends on that one shot, right? That one bolt, and you out here just like, oh, it's easy. It's not easy. Okay, there are lasers flying around, people fighting, there's dust and rock
lasers beforehand, but go
all over the
ahead.
place.
Mhm.
It's just stuff happening all around. You think it's easy to line that shot up from across the street and below her?
I know it's not. I'm not saying that it's easy, but he had a tenth of a second, we'll say, for a shot, like 2 or 3 times, because every time he maybe had her in his crosshairs, she would turn around and walk back inside. All right, fine. I'll give you those. That last one that he could have had before what's his name came in and tackled him, he had that shot for a good decent amount of time. My point is that those scenes fell into the usual trope that movies and shows fall into, where it's like almost you almost got but it was insufferable because he did it too many damn times. It's
I
enough,
it, first of all, the whole
enough.
scene, the scene from from the um crowd or the people's perspective made
Hmm.
0 sense. Made 0 sense. Like you're
What?
out there making all this noise, right? You'd already bear witness to one slaughter in that in that quarter, right? You already was like telling stories like, "Hey, I remember my uncle. He was here and he got shot in the face. I remember it like it was yesterday. Like it was yesterday. I was eating a bag of Doritos right over there, and I
It's
just
so
watched him
stupid.
take one to the neck." Right? And you got all of these people who witnessed all of that death the first time around. So what do? You see that it's about to pop off again. What do? Let's go to the town square and sing a song. Let's you see there's stormtroopers out there. There's a brigade out there. They got weapons. At any time now. Anytime they can just turn and shoot. And I thought maybe they was ready. Nope. What do they do? Turn around and run. No, please don't shoot. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? What are you doing here? Huh?
But that's why, so obviously protesting. And but that's why toward like the middle of that entire protest, where you had those people that saw that there were like Molotov cocktails and all that stuff that was about to be thrown, and he was like, I'm gonna calm this down. And that's when they started singing the song, because he didn't want to be the reason why what happened did actually happen, because he knew that's what they were trying to provoke them to do, right? So unfortunately, you already had them having planned that out, having a sniper on the roof or whatever to start that whole thing. I have a question for you though.
Yep.
The stormtroopers' uniforms
Yeah.
apparently are completely useless. Why do they wear them?
That's a great question. Because it ain't armor.
No,
It's not
it's
armor.
not.
Um that fight in that square was so visceral. Like this is not your typical Star Wars show. There's so much now. Leave it to Andor because I was bored, right? And I was
Mm-hmm.
bored the last season for like the first, I don't know,
Oh, okay.
maybe 2 or 3 episodes, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And then it got really good. And
Mm-hmm.
then it was boring the first couple episodes here. Like when he stole
Mm-hmm.
the TIE fighter and
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Oh, this is great." right? And then he went to that damn planet with them idiots, and he
Right.
stayed there. He stayed there for 2
An
episodes.
episode and a half, right.
I'm like, what the shit, man? I don't care anymore. Turn this off. I don't want to see. I don't want to see anymore.
Mhm.
So then he actually leaves and he goes and finds his people, which was good. And then it started to pick up, and then you start to get all the little pieces, all the little nuances to the story, like Mon Mothma and what she's trying to go through and how she's trying to be part of the resistance, but she doesn't want to get caught. And everyone else who's part of her political party who has influence wants to help her, but again, they don't want to get caught. They don't want to die.
Mhm.
So there are all these moving pieces. Everyone's counting on Andor because they're lazy, lazy ass rebellion people. Oh, you want to be
Mhm.
part of rebellion, but you don't want to die. That's not how
Mm-mm.
this works, right? Pick up a weapon. Pick up a weapon. Get your butt out of here. It
No.
ain't just it ain't just me out here, you know. So I really enjoyed watching how deadly this fight was because they didn't hold back, right? When those K2 SOs I think came out, those
Oh, the
tall
mach
gray robots with the
right.
armor that we just
Mhm.
keep shooting and for no reason because we learned that the bolts don't do anything, the lasers don't do anything. We just
Mhm.
keep shooting anyway. So
Mhm.
when he grabbed that dude's daughter and he threw her ass,
Oh, across the yard. When she hit, I was like, "She's not dead," and then she rolled over. I was like, "Oh, well, she's
he
dead."
threw her ass like he was Tom Brady.
Good.
Ugh. She went flying and rolled and snapped her neck. I was like, man, I thought she was just hurt.
Me too.
I thought she was
Me
just hurt until she
too.
looked at the camera. I was like, oh, she is not.
Right.
She's
Right.
not hurt.
Not.
She's gone. She's gone. She is with. Go with God. Go with God. I don't
Stupid.
even know her name, but go with Go be with Jesus.
You
Your
stupid.
daddy's coming. He been shot in the stomach, so he'll be there in a minute. Be there in a minute.
So, I
I
mean, he
mean,
tried to tell her.
that's
He
a
tried to
horrible way to go. Just sit there. First of all, you took a laser to the stomach, and then you had to watch your daughter. No, you just had to watch your daughter get chucked. That's messed up. You know, that's terrible. And then you die, right? You die. That was
and
it.
they
That's the end of their family. Done.
well, yeah.
Um. Yeah. Go ahead.
Also in this three three-parter that they released, you had Andor, he's in pain, and I don't know, are they married now or are they still just dating? I don't know. It's been a
Uh.
couple of years.
I don't know. I feel like
Bix,
I
right?
feel like
That's her
they're
name.
I feel like they're just together. I don't
Okay,
think they're married.
well, all right. Well, she tries to help him with um a shot that he's received on his back from one of the laser guns or whatever. Um she offers him to go and see someone for the help or whatever. And while they're there, this woman tells him that basically she can sense the energy coming off of him, that he's important, that he is playing an important role, that he's got a, a purpose, and he's kind
High
of
hopes. He's got high hopes.
will you stop
That's fine. Keep going.
stop it, and he's kind of like, I don't want to hear it. Bix is also telling him, I've had basically premonitions of the same thing. um he's like, whatever, whatever. She ultimately ends up leaving him, and not because of anything other than she does not want to be the cause that she doesn't want to be the reason for him not fulfilling his prophecy, or what his important role in the resistance is supposed to be, because he basically said that he's done. He doesn't want any more parts of it. He just wants to live his life with her. So she's like, I won't allow you to live a quiet life with me until this important thing is done. I, I
Do you
what did you
know how pissed off I would have been the next morning if I'd have woke up, your ass wasn't there? I I'd have been so hot. I've been like, God damn it. Do you know how much stuff I just went through? Do you know what I just did? If you just add up everything I've done in 2 seasons, I broke out of a
Mhm.
prison. I had to steal a TIE fighter from behind enemy lines. I had to go save Mon Mothma on a planet full of Empire. None of y'all did shit. None of y'all. None of y'all did nothing. Not one thing did anybody do except play dress up and hide. Right? Mon
Right.
Mothma dancing like a rave in her own apartment. Oh, doing her own
Stupid.
thing. Nobody's doing nothing.
Mm-mm.
Nothing. His
Mm-mm.
girlfriend, every time he leave the house, she just getting high.
I don't think she's getting high anymore. I
Every
don't think
time.
she's
She
getting
couldn't
high
wait for him to
anymore.
leave. She couldn't wait for him to leave. It helps me sleep. It helps me sleep. I can't sleep without it.
Stupid.
I can stop anytime I want to. I'm just saying, like, I don't, I don't know what more you want from Andor. Just to you foiled a plot, like he's had to deal with so much pain and so much death, and
Mm-hmm.
we get through it. I saved Mon Mothma. She's completely excited. She says she doesn't know how to thank him
Mm-hmm.
for saving her life.
Mm-hmm.
Now I go get some sleep and your ass run off. I done thought she cheated. I done thought she cheated. I done thought she ran off. Ain't this some shit?
Stupid.
Ain't this some? Wait till I catch up. Joke would have been on her because I would quit anyway. Joke would have been on her. She just don't know me. I'm out. I'm not. I'm not doing it with
Dumb.
or without you. I'm done.
No.
Done. Let me put my shoes on. I'm out. I
No.
didn't want to be
You
with you no way.
you
Huh?
are terrible.
I didn't want to
Um
be with you no way. Getting high every night.
I don't think she is anymore. I think we're past that point. God.
That's why
Um
she left to
because
go
she
get her
was looking for
fix.
more. Oh my God. You are terrible. You are terrible.
I'm writing these to you, my love. I have to go for a little bit.
You stupid. Um so yeah, so you had all of that go down. I just I don't know. The scene like they had a couple, like I said, when what's his name was killed and he died. It was so, because he looked at him like, you don't like, I remember you, you don't remember me, like that bothered me. Um but I thought after we got past episode 7 and into episodes 8 and 9, which were all 3 were released this week. I think episodes 8 and 9 were the best of the 3 released this week, because it incorporated, so you got beyond just the politics, right? And just the spying bit of it, and you got more into what is supposed to be the action, sci-fi, fantasy part of the Star Wars universe, right? Um, while I do understand that it's got a lot of politics in it, it's not just politics, right?
A lot.
Right. I could turn on the news for the politics. So I do what did you think of Mom Martha's speech that she gave?
It was
Excuse me, in
really
the
good.
Senate. Mhm.
Really, really good.
Mhm.
There were 2 parts in this entire episode that really blew me away. As a matter of fact, I rewound it a couple times.
Really?
Rewound? Re-
Re-
Rewinded?
No, the first
Re-
was
Rewound?
yes.
Anyway, um, the fight between Cyril and his girlfriend, where
When
he
he
finally
found
figured
out.
it out. Yeah,
Mhm.
and he goes in and he wants to know what's happened, and when he yells
Mhm.
at her, and she's, you know, and she knows he means business, and he
Well,
put
because
his
she never
hands.
expected that he would ever stand up for himself.
He was like, I swear to God,
Yeah, her neck was so tiny.
if you lie, he choked the
She had
shit
that
out.
vein popping out of her head. You stupid.
Ugh, they need to plan it. Ugh. Yeah, they choked the hell out of him. He choked the hell out of her,
Yeah.
and then he just left. So I enjoyed that part, and
You
um
stupid.
her speech was incredible.
Mhm.
Was very,
Mhm.
very incredible. I don't know why I don't know why her. thing, the spot where she gave her speech is so goddamn far from the parking lot. I don't know why that's a thing. She had to walk a long ways. She's a dignitary, right? Why does she have to walk down like 90 sets of stairs? And I'm gonna tell you something else that had me dying. Something that had me
Oh no.
laughing.
But I said real quick, I said if I was trying to make a quick getaway, you talk about that spiral staircase.
Yeah.
I'd have slid down the daggone thing.
Yeah,
That's
come
what
on.
I
We
said.
gotta have a
I
better
would
plan than that.
I would have slid like I was sliding down a stupid staircase to no, listen, too
I'm
much.
gonna tell you what had me rolling. When
Mhm.
when dude had he introduced her.
Oh.
When he introduced her, she got in the car, or she got in that little saucer thing, and he was like, "I'm gonna give my time to Mothma," and she was in that slow ass
Oh yeah, how
thing, and it
long
was
it took to
coming up
come
like
out.
real slow. I was like, "How long is this gonna take?"
You
I was like,
stupid.
"Does she have to come all the way up to the top?" I was like, "Oh, okay, no, she don't have to come all the way to the top. That's good." I was like, "It's gonna take a minute. This is gonna take a minute."
You stupid. Yeah. It did take a second. She was like sitting there playing with something. Yeah, it took a minute. But so you rewound that part?
Not that part where she
Oh, okay.
not that part, just the speech, just the actual speech
Mhm.
and the fight was between Cyril.
And his
Trivia
girlfriend.
question though, who is
What's
the
that?
old man? What the old man that got into a fight with Cyril, right? Cyril had grabbed him and pushed him up against the wall. What show what show was he in? What was the last show he was in? It was like a major show. It's back in the day. Let's see if they know in the comment section. It was a really good show, at least for a while. It got kind of stagnant for a little bit, and then it got a lot better. What was that?
I don't know.
uh he wasn't in Game of Thrones, no. Hang on one second. All right. He was in The Strain. The Strain. Did you ever see that?
No, I didn't.
It was a movie about vampires and
Was that not a series?
yeah,
Yeah, I
it
saw
was.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was a
Yeah,
good series.
he was the guy who was watching over like Dracula or whoever the main character was.
Oh, his
He was like
caretaker.
he was
Okay.
the German dude who
Okay.
was watching over him. Anyway, The Strain was awesome.
Yeah,
Love The Strain.
that was a great show. All right.
So yeah, Andor was fantastic. I thought the series was over. I thought this was the end. Um, because his girl had left. He was he was basically at
But the
home.
resistance isn't
Right, they were
done.
Nazi vampires. That's what they were, Nazi vampires.
Jesus. The Strain is awesome. For those of you who don't know, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it came on FX when it first came out. I
Yeah.
don't know what platform you'd be able to see it on now, but if you can find it, make sure you take the time to go watch it. I thought it was a great series. My husband and I, we watched it when it came out. I thought it was amazing. It's got like it's similar to The Last of Us, right? Where you get the when they bite you in Last of Us, don't you get like the little wigglies out of the wound or
Yeah.
whatever? You have the
Yeah.
same thing in that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and there's like a really old man in there that
Mm-hmm.
he can't run, but he's always escaping shit. So but it was good. It was a good show.
Okay,
So
yeah, I thought so. All right, but I'm sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
you didn't. You didn't.
Oh,
You didn't. You didn't. Anyway, so I thought Andor was over. Um I had to actually Google it and see if there was like more to come after this because he's home, his girl's left, the not the Nazi, the Empire's plan has been foiled,
mm-hmm.
right?
Well, but
Um,
has it? It hasn't.
I mean,
It hasn't because they
well, it
still
hasn't.
have.
I'm sorry, it hasn't been foiled, but they're still digging, right? They got to get whatever they got to get from the
Well,
planet.
Right.
So they're gonna do whatever they're gonna do whatever it is they got to do.
Mhm.
I like how the guy who's what is his name? Forgetting all the names.
Mm, mm, mm.
The guy who was the lady's who was that woman's boss. You know what I'm talking about?
The one with the scar on his, or the guy that's
The old
always wearing
man.
the white?
The old
Yeah,
man
yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
that gave her the job.
Yeah, yeah.
We were expecting that anyway. He
So
just
stupid.
everything everything that the rebellion was doing, it was like he had planned for it. And he didn't. He was just
No.
saying stuff.
Mm-mm.
He
Yeah.
was just saying
Mhm.
they have weapons, sir. We know. We were hoping they had weapons. We were looking
You
forward to it.
stupid.
As a matter of fact, we were counting on it. Weren't we, everyone? Weren't we? Yep. You're the only one that didn't know.
You
it's
stupid.
just
You
it's
stupid.
just it's just it was that happened a couple times. When he found
Right.
out that they had weapons,
Mhm.
or when they found out they were in the street and they were running around, and they kind of like I think that that rebellion red hair woman, her girlfriend had got shot, and people were on the way, and they were like,
Mhm.
there's people coming. We know. We sent them. We were ready for this. We knew she was going to die.
But here's my question to you. If you were part of, not necessarily a resistance, but just any like group that was like giving pushback to governmental whatever, right? And you see that all of your,
You just glitch. So do
well,
it.
you
Say
just
that
glitched
again.
for me, so, but what I was saying is if you're part of anything that's giving pushback to any governmental group, and you all congregate in one enclosed, not enclosed, one smaller area, which was then enclosed by armed paramilitary presence or whatever, wouldn't you be like, "Oh hell no, I'm up out of here"? Like, don't you see it coming?
Yeah, yeah, that's my point. Especially like the numbnuts who climbed up on that goddamn thing with that flag. He was like, "Yay, we did it." He'll be the first one get it, fool. You don't remember what happened here last time? You gonna get shot. You gonna get shot. I could not believe that all these people showed up with children. You know, whose idea was
Mm-mm.
that? Let's go down to the square. What? No. Do you remember what happened last time? God damn it, Dad. No, not going down there. We're gonna die.
Damn it.
So yeah, I enjoyed the episode. I'm looking forward to the last is it one
Three.
more?
It's
Is
one
it
more
3 more?
week, 3 episodes.
So I'm looking forward to the last 3, find out
Hmm.
how things progress for Andor. I know how his
Hmm.
story ends, but
Hmm.
I'm looking forward to the end of this story. Now I don't know if they'll continue it again. I don't know if they'll have another season for him,
Well, I
but
can't. You think they could wrap this up in the next 3 episodes with as
I mean,
slowly as it has m- moved?
well, Cyril is dead. Cyril is dead. They know
Right.
what the plan is. They know what the plan is now.
Hmm.
Um,
But you still got Cyril's girlfriend out there
because because
causing.
somebody let Nina know that we're almost done talking about
Oh,
Andor.
please.
Lisa Wright said he did know the rebels had weapons because Deirdre, who works for him, allowed the rebels to steal the weapons. It was an FF event created by the Empire so they could kill the rebels. Yeah, but did they know what was it? What else did he say he knew?
Who? Say it again.
He did it like, oh shit. No. No. No.
Oh, she said Cyril died.
No.
Sorry. Yes,
Nope. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He's fine. He's fine.
he's perfect.
He's
Yep.
fine. Just
Yes.
do like just do like my mom did when we were kids and just rewind it. It's fine. It's totally fine.
But go ahead. Go ahead.
Um, I'm sorry, Nina.
Almost done, Nina. I'll let you know. I'll let you. Well, I will let you know. I promise.
Whoops. Yeah. So, where was I? Oh, I was talking about what Lisa said. Um, yeah. So, uh, I don't know. All they have to do is stop them. That's all that's left, right? That's all they have to do. There's
Mhm.
nothing else. Cyril's story is wrapped up. Cyril's mom's story is wrapped up. Cassian's girlfriend has left him. Um,
But they
everybody
have to
else,
reunite, right?
no, no. Well, maybe, but I doubt it
Okay. You got
because
Cyril's girl. You got Cyril's
well,
girlfriend.
he did Rogue One, and
Mm,
his girlfriend wasn't in
she
that.
wasn't in there. Okay.
So
You have Cyril's girlfriend. No, you have to get her. You have her hierarchy, her boss or whatever. Um. So so I'm just saying, you think in these 3 episodes they can?
yeah, I think,
Okay.
I think so.
So you think this is going to be the season finale,
Yeah,
or not season,
these
series
last three,
finale? Series
yeah,
finale.
and I don't like Cassian's girlfriend now. I don't like her. I think she's a
What?
liar.
Why?
She said we'll do all those things you want to do, after the war's over. What? You think I'm finna wait that long? You think I'm waiting for this war to be over to find you? She's like, I can find you the
because
second it's over. I ain't got that kind of time, man. Nah, I'm not waiting that goddamn long.
she
Nah,
doesn't want him. She doesn't want him or his time to be compromised with what is going on. She wants him to be present and whole in whatever experiences they are having at that time.
no, I could die, you
You
could
don't
die.
understand.
Okay, I'm not
You
waiting. I'm
just.
not waiting 35 years to meet up with you again. Okay, we doing this or we ain't. Okay, there's
I'm
so much.
guessing that her expectation is not that it's going to take 35 or whatever, like that it will take a shorter amount of time
No, you
and
want me
maybe
to wait on you is what you want me to do. I got all this rebel booty. Okay, I'm not waiting on you. Okay, I'm not waiting on you.
and
Okay,
maybe
I'm
the
Cassian.
fact.
You know who I am? Did you know who I am? I'm Cassian, baby. Huh? Everybody know who I am. Huh?
I think
You go ahead and leave if you
I
want to.
think that is why it won't get wrapped up this season. I think there's going to be another season simply because they went into him having these extra or this energy that's coming off of him. Aren't they going to have to explore that?
Oh my God. No. 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 No, they're not going to turn him into a Jedi,
I need
are
the
they?
light
No.
bulb. Yes, he's going to have the you have the yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, don't do that. No,
Yes.
no. No, cuz he wasn't
He's got the
he
force,
wasn't in Rogue
baby.
One.
He's got the baby. He's got the force.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not going for that. I'm not going for that shit.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, we're done. I'll let
All right,
Nina
that's
know
it.
she can come back and we'll move on
Yes.
into
Okay.
Mobland. I can't spell for whatever reason.
That's all right. You couldn't spell before.
Whatever. All right. Mobland.
Mob Land.
So this episode bothered me for a few different reasons.
Don't skip to the end or I will
I'm not,
smack.
I'm not, I'm not, I'm not, but this episode bothered me. But go ahead.
No, no, I'm not going first this time. No, I'm not doing it. No. No, you're going first.
Why? You
No,
guys see
no,
how he
no, no.
play
At first I forgot. I thought it was me. I thought maybe it was my turn. It's not my turn. Okay, it's not my turn. It's your turn.
We're
You go
not
first.
doing turns. It is
Yeah,
called
we are.
Smitty's
It's Chris's turn.
Snippets. Smitty's turn. Fine, whatever. Um, I didn't dislike this episode, but like I said, there were a few points that bothered me. Basically after Richie's wife was exploded in the driveway.
Poor man.
um it was on and popping. So everybody was basically trying to get to the house to try and basically hunker down, figure out what the game plan is going to be so that, they could make whatever moves they need to make. Meanwhile, his son and his daughter are out trying to make this deal with, what was it, rubies or something, right?
I guess.
Um he's dumb as dirt. His son is dumb as dirt. He's not listening to the different concerns that people are having, even that his sister is even trying to tell him, to the point that, what does she take from him? 90% of whatever proceeds they were supposed to make, because she was concerned about the trouble that they would be in, as well as her security would be concerned about it. um you had Eddie acting foolish again. Maeve, you were right, Smitty. And when I saw the scene, I know I'm jumping around, guys. I apologize. This is why you need to start it, not me. But
Just don't
when
go to the end.
I'm not,
Just don't
but
go to the end of the
I'm
goddamn
not,
story.
I'm not. But when Maeve called Richie and basically said, listen, you can do whatever you want to do. This is where you will find our people. Just don't kill my son. You can have the daughter. I don't like her anyway. So when you kept saying for the last few weeks that she is in cahoots with Richie, and I kept saying, no, 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 she isn't necessarily in cahoots with him, but she is overly friendly enough with him that he is taking whatever he can direction from her. Why is everybody being manipulated by her? I don't get it.
By
I
who?
don't get it. By Maeve.
Okay. Uh,
That's what
oh,
everybody's.
okay. You disappeared for a second. You were like this, and then you disappeared. Did you?
Now you froze. All
There you go. All right.
right. So how is everybody being manipulated by Maeve? I don't get it.
Well, she is the wife of the uh,
Means nothing.
patriarchy. So what? You
Mean.
see what he's willing to do, right? You see what he's willing to do for her. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He lied to his entire family for one of two
Mm-hmm.
reasons. Either A, he knows that, or he would have to know that she told that lie, and he wants to appeal to her as though he is in control, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's looking at Eddie like he's the next king of this family,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And either Conrad is thinking to himself, listen, I need to be that man in her eyes. I need to show her that I'm capable of doing this. Which I don't know why he would do that, but either he's doing that for that reason, or he knows that everyone's going to come down on Maeve when they find out that it's her. And I don't know how they don't know it's her at this point,
Her
right?
son knows. Her son knows. The
Yeah,
Eddie's
and I
father
think
knows.
I think Harry knows, and Conrad
Harry
definitely knows.
definitely knows. Yeah, Conrad knows because he's covering for her.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know why. Right? I don't know why. It would be a wrap for Maeve. Maeve is a demon. She is an absolute demon. Who does this to people, to human beings? Right? This is so dirty. It's so dirty. I don't get it. I honestly don't. I don't understand why they would
Did
do.
you
I don't
see
understand
Eddie's
why she is
face?
doing this.
Did you see Eddie's face when she was like, "Oh, me and Richie have a history or whatever"? He was like, "Ugh, I don't want to hear that shit." You didn't hear? You didn't see
N-
that?
No. I mean, it's been almost it's been a minute since I watched that episode, but I just I found I there's a definite problem with this, right? This is not
With what specifically? And then I'm gonna get into not the part you don't want me to get into. I'm gonna get into my very specific issues with this episode. But go ahead.
okay. I don't know how they're I mean, I guess this piggybacks off what you just said. I don't know how they're able to let Maeve, like, lead them around this way. She
Mhm.
is completely screwed over this whole family,
Mhm.
this
Mhm.
entire family. She
Mhm.
she's she's got Eddie, and she just keeps feeding him drugs and
Mhm.
telling him that he's better than everybody else. Meanwhile, his father ain't doing shit, not nothing, right? He ain't so much as laid a hand on, right? We'd
Mm-mm.
have had to go in the back room, huh? We'd had to
He
go in the
ain't
back
about
room.
to
We had
do
to go see about
nothing.
somebody. Yeah, come on, get up, get that belt. Come on, let's go in the back room and talk about some stuff. That's what would have happened. I don't know how she's getting away with this. I don't know how Eddie continues to get away with this, and no one sees. No one sees.
No, no,
How
no.
is that?
No, because and hold on, Saggy. I'm sorry that you haven't seen it. You might have to mute us too, dear. But Maeve. So Conrad knows it's Maeve because when he brought everybody together and the questions started flying, he's the one that said that he put in the order to do what to Richie what happened at in front of the house or whatever. So he's covering for Maeve. And the only reason and I think he very specifically covered for Maeve because their son said, I know it was her. And he said, no, 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 it wasn't Maeve, it was me. So Conrad has to know. Eddie obviously knows. Um, Harry, it's his job to know. I mean, he didn't get this far by not being able to put two and two together. So you know he knows. I just don't like you understand why they're like, we all know who it is, but let's go ahead and pretend and we'll go ahead and fight this war now with some nonsense that she done started. Oh, Saggy,
Yeah.
thank
So
you.
Saggy started
But
donated
don't feel like the
$5.
stepchild.
We really appreciate that, Saggy.
We do.
Appreciate that love. She says, I haven't seen any of these shows. I feel like a stepchild right
Don't
now.
feel like the
Not a
stepchild.
stepchild, Sag. Your
Listen, you
family
haven't
here,
seen
Sag.
any of the shows? Any of the three that we discussed? None of them?
Come on, Sag. Come on now.
Um, yeah, I don't get why they are giving her the pass unless it has something to do with connections that she has. That's the only thing that I can think of. Conrad has to be dependent upon her for something else that we're not yet privy to, right? Um, but throughout the episode, while everybody's holed up at Conrad's house, Harry brings his wife and his daughter to Conrad's house. Do you know where I'm about to go with this?
No.
Okay. Conrad is, let me say this for YouTube purposes, is dirty, a dirty old man. Because unless I was viewing that scene incorrectly, when Harry's daughter was sitting at the bottom of the steps and
Uh-huh.
Conrad came over to chat with her and she got up and walked away and he was trying to beckon her to come back, the way that he did it
Are you talking about when they were
sounded,
outside?
uh-huh.
No. No.
Did you,
He no.
did you
Well, I mean, maybe because they're not
no,
family.
no, not a maybe. Not a maybe. I'm telling you,
Lisa thinks you're right. She thinks he's a dirty old man too. There is no
yes,
Harry would light him up. Light him up.
sir. The
She's
way that
stupid
he
anyway. His wife is dumber than shit.
not his wife, not his wife, the daughter. The daughter.
I told you, didn't I? I told you his daughter was going to hate him. And she does.
She does. You're
I
right.
mean,
Mhm.
she
Mhm.
doesn't hate it, man, but she's upset. Like she wants to
Mhm.
move on with her life, and this family is stopping him from doing or her from doing that. Like she's basically putting a muzzle over their family. Won't allow them to break free and do what they want to do.
Mhm. Yeah. She
So
cuz she was taking a test at the beginning of the
right.
show when he
Yeah.
walked in. I need an explanation as to how he got all the way over to where she very specifically was before they were like, excuse me. You should have been doing the excuse me when he opened the damn door.
I just been like, "Are you her dad?" "You are?" "Okay. Get your shit. Get your stuff. Your dad's here." That's all I would have said. I'm not.
God.
I'm not stop.
Which
What
is
am I gonna
fine,
do?
but they didn't even do that until he got to her desk and was like, come on, come with me.
No, because he put his hands on him. And he was like, "Get your hands off me." And he was like, "Oh, my bad." And he
Well, all you
he
needed was the look from Mr. One Time Hardy to be like, we good.
look, I get it. I understand Harry's position. He's trying to hurry up, and every time Conrad and Maeve put a hole in his boat, Harry has to try to figure out how to plug it up, and
Mm-hmm.
he's struggling to try to do that between Harry and Maeve and Conrad asking for all this weird stuff and trying to stop uh who's the other mob boss? What's his name?
Richie.
Richie, trying to stop Richie. And Richie, I told you last week, Richie's my boy. Richie is my boy. Like I don't know how he's gone through this much and just let it ride. Huh? How have you let this much ride? Your son is chopped up in a Tupperware bin and your wife is overdone. Your wife is overdone in the driveway. Huh? So I
Man.
just I feel like he should have been did something about this. And I don't blame Richie at all. Richie told him to run. Told him to
But you
run.
took
And
told
you
who
don't
to
remember?
run? Told who to run?
So Richie called
Oh,
I don't know if he called
on when
I
they
don't know
were
if he
on
called Harry.
speakerphone. Right, when
Yeah.
they was on speakerphone. Uh-huh.
And then he just started shit talking Richie. And I'm like, ooh, this is
But
this is
Eddie was the
disrespectful, man.
worst of all of them. Eddie was the worst of all of
Yeah, but
them.
Richie
That's
Richie didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing. He didn't deserve none of that. He deserved none of that. Like
but
he lost his kid and his wife in the
mhm.
same week. And he tried to call you and he didn't open his mouth. And the first thing out of your mouth is that you're stupid anyway. Like you're dumb. And then Eddie was like, "I killed your son. I did
Right.
it." I was like, "Oh
Right.
my god,
Right.
this is
Yep.
so dark."
Yeah.
Eddie,
Yeah.
why would you do that?
Because
Why would
he
you tell him?
because he feels like, and then I got a question for you, but because he feels like he has the protection, obviously, of grandma, right? Which then extends into the protection of Conrad and Harry and everyone else affiliated with the family. So, my question to you is, who's going to come out on top between the two? Is it going to be Richie or is it going to be Conrad or Harry? Like, is it going
Uh,
to be mutual destruction, or do you feel like Harry will just do at some point what he needs to do for his wife and daughter, and you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think's going to happen, or is one of them going to succeed the other?
I I feel like that Richie and Conrad will both probably fall.
Hmm.
Um, Richie having nothing to lose at this point because he lost a child and he's got nothing else. And Conrad may be killed by Maeve. I feel like
Hmm.
Maeve might do it.
I think so too.
So, and that would be dirty. I
Maybe.
don't know. I don't know who would be left to take over the family. It ain't gonna be Eddie. Eddie's gonna die, and he's gonna die a horrible death. A horrible death.
By whose hand do you think?
Uh, his father.
You think
I think his
so?
dad. I think his dad might do it. Yeah. Nina said, "I'm rooting for Richie at this point." You're damn right. I'm rooting for Richie too.
Yeah.
He didn't deserve
Yeah.
none of this.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
didn't deserve any of
Yeah.
this stuff. And so, I don't know how.
But
I just don't know.
I think this, obviously it feels like the story is meant to be seen, not necessarily because you feel like it's trying to be told to some degree from Conrad's point of view, where it is being told from Harry's point of view, right? So yes, I do have empathy for Richie and what's going on, and I kind of feel like they would wish they would stomp the Jesus out of Eddie because he's just too dense to even understand the consequences of what he is doing.
He's evil, man. He's evil. Both of them are evil. The second he picked up that phone and was like, "I killed your son," I was like, "God damn, Eddie, you can't do that, Eddie. You can't do that, Eddie. Eddie, he killed his. I killed your son." I was like, "Shit, Eddie, man."
And
So
didn't
that
care.
was in itself was like really really dark for me, and I I don't know. I mean I could appreciate the what he's trying to do, but you have to be a heartless asshole to do something like that, and just tell him with an attitude too. Like he did something to you. You come to
But
his house, you bump him, you go upstairs, you do a lot of the white girl in his bathroom, and then you
he's stupid.
you doing all this bad stuff, and I don't know, man.
I
Screw
don't
Eddie.
think I
Huh?
don't but if he doesn't but if Maeve doesn't have him if Maeve doesn't have him having consequences or if Maeve is like excusing him or whatever like that, then no. So you've basically the way I'm looking at it is you basically have a sociopath who's been able to just do what they want to do with no consequences. Well, that just creates issues like what you have right now with Eddie. What are we
Who
thinking of? What's the problem?
who
What's
is
wrong?
who is Lisa Wright brings up a really good point. I think Maeve and Eddie is the rat telling the cops about Archie. So I think Harry is gonna end up killing Maeve or Eddie. Yeah, Maeve is definitely the rat.
I think
She's
Maeve
telling
is the
everybody.
rat. Right. I
Yeah,
do think
she's
that
definitely the
she's the
rat.
rat. But I don't know if Harry's going to end up. I feel like for Maeve, Conrad would end up having to kill her
I think Harry's going to kill Conrad over his
to
wife.
save the family.
No,
Why?
no.
Why would he kill
I
Con?
think Conrad will find out. I think Harry will find out that Conrad has crossed the line with his
Hit on
wife.
his daughter. Uh huh.
Oh, did he? Did he hit on his daughter?
Bro, that's what we were talking about earlier.
I thought he was talking about his. I thought he was talking about his
No, when
wife.
they were sitting on the steps, it was his daughter and Conrad. And
Oh man. Oh
yes,
Conrad, you bitch. Like
yes,
you can't do that,
yes.
huh? You can't do that. You got to be PG around the kids, man. But again,
No.
yeah, I think that's gonna get Conrad murked.
You
Which
think his daughter's gonna tell? She didn't even tell when she had a bully in school because she knew what her dad was gonna do.
I
That's what
but
because pay attention, hold on. That whole scene was a setup, right? He asked her if she had problems in school, whatever, if she had a bully, and she said yes. And he said, "But you didn't tell Harry." And she said, "No." He said, "Why?" Because she knew what her father was going to do. That was the whole setup
he
to
hit on the
see. He hit on the wife the first time. Now
and the
he's hitting,
daughter.
he hit on the daughter this episode. So he asked about the bully at school because he wanted to see it what her boundaries were. And she told him because she was afraid of what her dad would do, etc., etc. So when she got up to leave and he was trying to call her back, the calling her back part, the way that he did it just reeked of disgusting. Like it just felt so nasty to me. So, and I know, but it just no, it's just nasty. So
I couldn't believe in my
I can't believe you missed it.
so in my brain I'm thinking there's no way he's hitting on his daughter. I
Yeah,
think I was
mhm.
like I thought maybe he was trying to lay down the law with her the same way that he
Trying to
tried
keep
to
her
lay
in
down the law
line.
with his wife. Yeah.
No.
Like
Mm-mm.
he needs you, blah blah blah. I thought that that's what was happening. He wouldn't like I'm just thinking that he wouldn't do this out in the open because he was outside.
They were
unless he just don't
outside,
give
but
a shit.
they were away. They were away enough where they could have a private conversation, but not so far away where it would seem awkward.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was way too brazen to have done that. I thought it was too brazen. Right, they're at
Harry
the
wasn't
house.
there. Harry wasn't there.
Still, his wife is there. He's got other people that can
What's his
see
wife
and
gonna
tell him,
do?
huh?
What is his wife gonna do?
Who who if Conrad was pissed at somebody, who would he call?
If Conrad was Harry.
Exactly. So you gonna mess with the daughter of your only hitman because your other sons are morons. They are morons. You know what I'm saying? They are
Yeah, but
idiots.
I don't think it was I don't think it was like a I don't if I had to unfortunately play it out, I don't think it would be a situation of where it would be a forced issue, right? He would try and get her to think that she was agreeing to the situation and keep it a secret and blah 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 blah, like that whole type of thing, right?
Like
So
what? What's he gonna do? Pull his pants up and say she wanted it? She she
right.
she was. It was consensual.
Exactly. 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 Exactly.
No, no. First of all, it's terrible. Second of all, that's terrible. All right. Okay. We have waited long enough. It is time. It is time to get to the part of this show
Oh my
that
God, please.
blew me away.
Hold on.
No pun intended.
Let me just preface this by saying before I even watched this episode, guys, I was so excited because last week I figured was the setup for a showdown, right? So you figured last week you had the funeral, you had the explosion, and you thought they were just going to move into an all-out like combat, right? To some degree. And okay, so at the beginning of the episode, they were doing more setup, and you're like, they'll get there. They'll get there. They'll get there.
Are you done? Oh, okay.
Go
My
ahead.
bad.
Go ahead, Smitty.
So I have a question. I just want to preface this with I have a question for the crowd. Right.
Okay.
Um. What's the name of the other mob boss? It keeps slipping my mind. What's the other?
Richie,
Richie. I keep want to
you
call him
feel so
Charles
bad for
or
him.
Larry.
You can't
He looks like
remember.
a Larry.
He
Anyway,
does look like Larry. I'll give you that.
um, it.
In fact, let's
I,
look it
I
up.
heard Maeve on the phone suggest that
Mm-hmm.
her and Richie have been bumping
Yeah.
uglies.
Well, that's what I said. That's why Eddie did the face. Like, I don't want to hear that.
Did they? You think they did it? They did
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Maeve.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Maeve doesn't have any self-respect. She ain't got no lines. It ain't nothing she won't cross. Every time she draw a line, she got back up. Oh, we crossed that one. She don't care. She does not
So
care. She old dirty broad, man. I used to. I swear to God, Conrad, what was you thinking? What were you thinking? Anyway, so Harry is trying to contact um the daughter. What is her name? What is her name? I don't remember anybody's name.
why are you making me work, man? My word.
Do you know her name? Do you know her name?
No,
Do you know her name? Do you know her name? Are we talking
I
about the
never,
same story? Do you know her name? 'Cause I don't know her name either. Okay.
I never said I knew the woman's
Oh,
name. I
somebody
just said,
corrected me on the Discord. That they was like, "You're wrong, stupid. That's not her name." When I put up the post,
oh,
Serafina. Serafina.
okay, all right. Well, go ahead.
I got the name of the woman all wrong. Anyway, so
Mm-hmm.
Serafina is trying to sell the stones with
Mm-hmm.
her brother,
Ruby.
who is an
I think it's
absolute,
rubies. Mm-hmm.
which is a stone.
I'm just clarifying what type of stone. That's all. Go ahead.
Don't interrupt me. I swear to God. So so they have these stones, rubies, and they've gotten this deal. Now, I'm just putting myself in Serafina's like position, right? I don't understand what she's doing, right? She has gotten herself involved with friends of her brother. She does not know these people.
Mm-mm.
Or wait, was this her hookup? Are these her people? No,
No,
these are
they're
friends of her brother.
his.
So
Mm-hmm.
he has set this up, right? She doesn't know these people. She knows her brother's an idiot, and she
Mm-hmm.
got in this car, drove across town to an empty garage with these
Mm-hmm.
stones.
Mm-hmm.
You not at not one time did you think, you know what, maybe
But I'm
this isn't a
curious.
good idea. Maybe should I call the
Bec-
police?
well, this isn't the first time that she's done a deal
I don't
with
mind the deal. It's
jewels
just
like
it's
this.
where
So
it's
I'm
the lack her lack of caution or
no,
safety in
because
this
she
entire
had
deal.
no, because remember they made the pit stop before. That's when she picked up the security, which is
Oh, that's
what
what Nina said. Yeah,
increased her cut.
yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
what Nina said. All right, so that all right, I get that. That's smart. Okay, so Harry has taken the helicopter. He's contacted or he's trying to contact the brother. He's not picking up the phone. As a matter of fact, he's pissed. He wants his father's respect. He wants to be able to show that he can handle this deal on his own without the help of Harry.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't want to have to count on Serafina, but she's going to help him get that status back with his father. But I don't think he could bring him 1,000 rubies or could $1,000,000. I don't think it would help his status with his father. That's just not how he sees it.
Mm-mm. Mm-hmm.
So after all of that, Maeve is on the phone with Richie and tells him where he can find her son
But
and stepdaughter.
and Connor's the but said, don't lay a hand on my son. You could do whatever the hell you want with everybody else there. Do not lay a hand on my son. Because she knows that Conrad's daughter is the of the two is the one that he values over the
Let me stop
other.
you right there. Let me stop you right there. Richie has lost his whole family.
No, I understand. I'm
He
just
don't give
saying
a
what
damn. He don't care about what Maeve said. He
I
don't
get
care.
it. I get it. I'm just saying what she is saying. Because of the two that are there, Conrad values her over him. So she's
Um,
saying, don't kill my son. You could get rid of her. I don't care.
I think the game has changed. I don't think he gives a shit about either of them anymore. I don't think he
Who?
cares.
Conrad?
No, Richie. I don't think he cares. As
Oh
a
no,
matter of
no,
fact, I'm gonna
no.
ask. I'm gonna ask the people in the comment section. Hey, comment section, how's it
You
going?
stupid.
Listen, I want to know from you who you think is getting the bullet. Is it either A, Serafina, B, her stupid brother, or C, both, or D, neither?
That's
Time's ticking.
terrible. I don't
I
know.
if you had to pick, who do you think is catching it?
Who I would prefer
No,
would
no,
be
no. I
this
don't care about who you prefer. Okay, I want to know. I want to know. Casanova says neither. Right? That's what I'm saying, Lisa. Lisa says Maeve is deluded to think Richie would listen to her. Right? There are
right,
no rules anymore. There's no
right.
rules. Your son is wrapped in cellophane.
Oh my
Wrapped in
god.
cellophane. They did him like an old
Oh,
steak.
this damn stuff. Oh
Huh?
my god.
That's all I'm saying. He don't care
I
about.
just
Oh, you don't want
know
me to do something? Oh, I won't. I promise.
I
Shut up,
just
Maeve.
know ending the episode on Harry still on this damn motorcycle trying to get to the warehouse. I couldn't take it. I couldn't. You know
Well,
what go ahead.
what did it remind you of?
Reminded me of. Oh, I'm about to age myself. Never mind. I'm not going to go there. Go ahead.
I mean, they know we old. I don't give a shit. I don't care.
Oh, go ahead.
Um, what's I gonna say? It doesn't matter. Like he's not unless he is the Man of Steel. It ain't gonna matter. Okay, he's one man on a motorcycle, right? He's not Street Hawk. For all you older people out there that remember Street Hawk. Anyway, he's not Street Hawk. He's just him, right? He has to deal with an entire security team and save his Serafina and her brother. He can't do that. Even if he was there already, he couldn't do that. So it doesn't matter. I think when he gets there, he's going to be there for the aftermath. I think what they're showing is like I think from his point of view, it's later on. You
Oh,
understand
so
what I'm
it's
saying?
already done. It's already
Yeah,
done. He's already too
yeah,
late. But
yeah,
okay, so they
yeah.
have basically already committed the deed, wrapped up, left the scene and everything, and just he's there for the aftermath.
Right.
So
I'm
who do you think you think it's both of them then?
um I'm not sure. Right. Either I know I'm betting the brother is dead. I'm betting the brother is dead. I think maybe because Maeve hated Serafina,
You left
maybe
her
he would have let
alive,
her live.
right? Right.
It's either that or
Or
he took the brother, or he's bringing the brother back to his house or back to where he is
mhm,
so that he can make it like
torturous to some
he can
degree.
make Maeve kind of like hate him for what he's about to do to him, which
Gotcha.
seems a little far fetched. So I'm gonna go with the first thing, that they killed the brother and let Serafina live.
Okay.
That's what I think. That's what I think happened.
Okay. I am
Lisa
I
said,
am
I mean,
just hoping
Casanova
that
Frankenstein says neither, and nobody else said anything. Don't nobody care.
neither
Yeah, he said neither.
Casanova. You think neither one of them? All right. I'm going
So
to.
I I I found this episode to be really really good. I hate cliffhangers like that where I got to wait 7
Mhm.
damn days to
Mhm.
see how they
Mhm.
wrap this up, but
Mhm.
we'll see, and then we'll talk about it in the Discord, where you can join for free. It doesn't cost you anything. Absolutely free. We don't
Shameless
charge you a
plug.
single cent, not 1 cent. And you can leave a like, share, or subscribe to Smitty Snippets, where we love to do this for you every Tuesday and Thursday. And we'd like to we'd like to let you know this show is brought to you by our sponsor,
You better
no one.
stop.
I'm just practicing. I'm just practicing for when that happens someday.
What
One day
happened?
that'll be a case, but right now we
One
don't have
day.
one.
One day. But it will only happen with the likes of you guys. But no, I like the I'm not going to say I dislike the episode. I just didn't like cliffhanger. Like I was so angry. I was so angry because I was already primed for the war to start. I was primed for something to have taken place. And basically what I got was more staging, more prep work, more whatever. So I guess
Oh,
we'll see.
I forgot that, Lisa. Thank you for bringing that up.
What's that?
Best part of the episode was waxed Wookie for Urena Cake Liquor too. Um, um,
What?
uh,
What? What? What?
uh.
What I miss?
So the guy at the hotel, I think it was a hotel where Serafina was staying. Harry got there and he was looking for her room. He was trying to figure out what room she was in, and the guy didn't want to tell Harry where it was at. And then he said, urinal cake liquor too, or cake liquor, and I was like, what? He does that? Like you do that, sir? Sir, you do this? This is a thing you do? Is this you, man? Is this a thing? Like, is this a thing that I didn't know about? Is this a thing? People, is this a real thing? No, no, I refuse. I refuse to believe it. I'm not believing it. That is not a thing. That's not a thing. There's no way you can convince me to believe that. That is not a thing.
Yeah, you stupid.
No, no. So
Okay. That's embarrassing.
that is embarrassing. That is embarrassing. As a matter of fact, it wouldn't have been any more discussion when you found out I do some shit like that. Oh, shush. Keep your voice down. What do you want? You want keys? You want keys? Here, man.
Stupid.
Here. Here.
You
Take the
dumb.
keys. Take whatever you want. Shush. Shush now. Quiet. Shush. Quiet your lips.
Oh
So,
boy.
all right. So now we're looking forward to that. I mean, that's it. So let's talk about what we're looking forward to this week. What we going into this week?
The same thing. I know if you guys listen, I happen to, peruse and see what else is available. There's a show on Netflix called Four Seasons. I don't know if you guys are interested. It was written by Tina Fey and it's got Steve Carroll, best known for his role in The Office playing Michael Scott. I thought it was a good series. I was able to binge it fairly quickly. I think like the episodes are about a half hour, 35 minutes or whatever a piece. I thought it was a good series. And basically, just to give you a very short description based upon how I viewed it, it's just a couples that have known each other for a while. They get together, they do vacations, they do, get togethers or whatever like that. And one of the couples decides that they want to get a divorce and it impacts the whole friends
On a
group.
trip? You decided you want a goddamn divorce? On a goddamn trip? You couldn't wait till we got back? You had to ask for a divorce on the trip. Listen, I know we're in this beautiful place and everything, but I don't want to be with your ass anymore. Not no more. So, all right, let's have fun.
Not on the trip on their 40th wedding anniversary, but
on the anniversary? You talked about a divorce? On the anniversary. Congratulations.
Yeah. Or 25th anniversary. Yeah. So there you go. But if you guys happen to be interested, there you go. So
your boy's watching The Accountant 2 this weekend. The Accountant 2.
Okay.
And I haven't forgotten about.
You have, apparently.
I have not forgotten about the shit. Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible is coming out on the 23rd. And we are going to do the watch on Discord. But keep in mind, I may not be able to watch all the goddamn episodes, all right? So I want to hear nobody's mouth when I can't watch episodes 2 and 5 or some shit. Okay, we might skip around, all right? So I want to hear it, all right?
Oh my God.
You really like this voice, don't you?
Can you touch? All right, come on back.
All right, so yeah, right. I'm done. All right, so yeah, it's gonna be fun, and I'll let everybody know when we're gonna watch the first Mission Impossible, and we'll all watch together. Be the first watch. So.
All right. Well, I think that's it. Make sure you guys join us next Tuesday for another.
I got another thing to say. I know. Okay, I know that this show sometimes can be dry. Okay, I know it can be. All right, that's because we're talking about Mobland and Last of Us, which half the people don't even give a shit about anymore. And I don't know what was the other goddamn show we talked about.
Andor.
Like no one. I mean, people will like this show, these shows, but they don't. They don't. They don't. They're not blowing people away with Andor. It's decent, but is it killing? No. So, as we have shows that we love or movies that we actually love coming up. I know. Stop writing me, man. I'm gonna fix my mic real quick. Just talk to the people.
I think what he's trying to say is we know what we're reviewing is not exactly what you guys want us to review. So we're not getting the views that we would prefer. So, but we can only review what's available, what we think you guys like. We ask you if you can please. Hello? What you doing?
It's the thing. Just talk.
Let us know what y'all would prefer for us to review. I know you guys have provided suggestions in the past that we've looked at and either agreed to do, like Yellow Jackets, or not. So if you could please continue to give us suggestions that y'all would like for us to review, we would greatly appreciate it. Right now, go ahead, Smitty. You could finish what you were trying to say.
Yeah, I would love to talk about whatever you guys are watching and whatever you want. I mean, if you want us to make a channel for whatever it is you're watching, we'll do it. And if you have a favorite show that you want to discuss, or you think it's really good, recommend it. I think this past week, Fletch, from Holic Fletch, he recommended Et Autunatu, Otunatu, or something like that.
On Netflix.
About aliens. It's about aliens coming down, and if the snow touch you, you die, and then you see there's alien. Anyway, it's a decent show. It's decent, right? But you got to watch the subtitles. It's not a bad show. So any of that stuff, you guys have a show, just let us know. Other than that, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We really appreciate y'all hanging out with us, man. And I'll see you this weekend, hopefully.
Yep.
Until then, y'all be easy.
Cheers, guys.
Love y'all.